It's all about the blue this month. And so I sit here with this amazing, I don't even know how this happened. I was called to using blue spirulina this month, which is something I've never done before. I didn't even think about it until just now. Some blue spirulina, some coconut water, and some sparkling mineral water, and you have a fluffy, frothy, delicious Smurf drink. And it just reminded me again about these amazing frequencies that we are working with this month of the celestial blue ray. I'm just going to take a sip. Delicious! Sky juice, star juice. So what is the purpose for all of this blue light that's coming through in this month of November? It's, as I said in my post, I've been receiving messages, and I know many of you posted that you have too, from the blue celestial beings since 2001, and they have showed up in many different ways over the years. They began as flashing pyramids, which at first I thought were the Pleiadian emissaries, and I still believe them to be the Pleiadian emissaries, although now at the risk of sounding completely woo-woo, they're accompanied also by Syrian emissaries that come as 12. So I have 12 Syrians and 7 Pleiadians and more and more and more and more. And they've been showing up in my vision with my eyes open in multiple ways over the years. They first began in dreams, as well, showing up in dreams as beings. Well, not dreams, actually. They weren't dreams. They were in that liminal space between awake and asleep. And again, very much with my eyes open, being able to see these beings standing at the end of my bed. Anyways, I won't go into the entire 22 years worth of contact with the blue light beings. Needless to say that they are making their presence well and truly known right here, right now in these times, even in various things that I'm listening to or hearing that are popping up out of nowhere. There's an amazing woman called Nancy. Can't remember her second name, but she talks a lot about them too. She's an incredible psychic, and they've been coming to her really strongly since 2018. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what their purpose is in this time, and especially in this time of November. I'm no astrologer, by the way, but I do know that the astrology is possibly the most intense in November than it will or has been all year. And then it kind of, and even in the numerology as well, and then it kind of has that feeling of it being like the last push before we pop through the birth canal, I guess you could say, into something, a frequency, an energy that should be much easier and more peaceful and less challenging. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I definitely believe that it's valuable enough for us to hold the frequency of that and the vision of that, and live in faith that this is coming for us, because we've been through a pretty rough ride. And this blue light, these celestial rays, I've been working with them every day this month. It's amazing the synchronicities and how the thing came together. You would have seen my post the other day when I jumped into the taxi and the blue was everywhere. I keep feeling like I want to tell you about a million gazillion stories that have happened over the last 22 years, but I won't. I'm going to keep it here and now because that's what's important. This blue ray is set to dissolve any limitations, illusions that we might have about ourselves, about our belief systems, about others, about this map of the world, about being able to see beyond what the physical eyes can see, hear beyond what the physical ears can hear. A lot of people already are experiencing a more expanded awareness and psychic gifts coming online, and that's only going to happen more. It really is elevating us into a new frequency, but of course, as we know, to do that, we have to make space for that to come in. And so there is a process of not just letting go of, or definitely not getting rid of, because that's not the way to move through anything. The way to move through anything is by leaning in and embracing it and loving it as a part of yourself. But there is very much an energy with this blue ray of dissolving. being able to go into the numerous layers of imprints that you carry in your energetic field over lifetimes. If you can imagine, the energy body around our physical body has layers that relate to physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, all of the things. And in these layers, as we move through lifetimes and we have experiences or traumas that haven't been able to be processed in the moment. Why? Usually because we just don't know how. We haven't had the tools or the time available to us. It's normal. Everybody has it. You can't get away from it until eventually you're fully awake. And, that's the whole point of being enlightened, is that that's now clear. Our auric field, our luminous body is just resonant at a high frequency, and no longer do we have these imprints. And if you can imagine that every time we've had an experience that hasn't been able for one reason or another to be processed and transformed, then those imprints kind of hang out. So you can imagine it kind of like plasma, and the imprint is like a bloom. It's like a handprint, or it's like something that's in, because everything is energy. Like your body, your organs, your everything is vibrating particles of matter. We know that in science. Everything that appears solid is not really solid. It's vibrating particles of matter. And our energetic field, of course, is the same. Just because we can't see it with our physical eyes, some people can, doesn't mean it's not there. You can also pick up, I'm talking to you now, like I'm sending this up to Instagram, or I'm listening to a radio station, or I'm whatever. You can't see that energy coming from the 5G tower. But do we question that it's real? No, we do not. So this is the thing. We are electromagnetic beings. We have an energetic field. These imprints, if they're not tended to, they act like a magnet, and they draw experiences to us that match the imprint. So if you've got a trauma in there, whatever it might be, then you will continue to attract circumstances towards you that mirror in some way, not always in the same big way, but in some way, that pattern of the trauma. So we don't need to know what they are. We don't have to go around digging through all the past lives to figure out what they are. What we have the opportunity to do here and now is to work with these cosmic rays that are being gifted to us to speed the process up, and literally to run the light through our body, through our energy centers, through our chakras, and our what we call pochpos in the Andes, the nyawis, the energy bubbles. Run it through the physical body, run it through the luminous field. And just by even running that light through, what does that even mean? You can just sit, maybe I'll record a meditation for you, but it's enough just to imagine that the blue light is coming down through the crown, through your body, through all your energetic field into the earth, bringing it back up again around through the luminous field, back down into the earth like a torus. You can also breathe it in and hold it into your central channel, and breathe it out and send it out however it feels good to you, to work with this neon blue. For me, there's two rays. There's one that is very, very neon, like my wonderful drink here. And then there is another one that is very aqua and crystalline, like this one. And the two of them blend together. So by doing this, we can actually break up and dissolve a lot of these imprints and patterns. And also in our pochpo, in our luminous field, in our luminous body, sits everything that we pick up from everyone else. And even if you have the best energetic hygiene on the planet, let me tell you, folks, if you have a body and you have an energy body, you are bumping up against other people's pochpos or their energy bodies every single day. You can't help but not. Even if you didn't leave your house and you just, listened to a song or whatever, there is energy moving everywhere. So it is always crossing over and coming into your field. Even the most sovereign of us, that just happens. It's okay. It's normal. It's natural. It's part of being human. But some of those imprints also can hang out in your field, and you can experience in your nervous system other people's stuff. Especially if you're an empath, you'll know exactly what I mean. And we experience in our nervous system other people's stuff that's happening on the other side of the world. All of that has to be processed through our energy body, which is why we get so taken out by all the atrocities and the war and all of the things that are happening, and we feel it sometimes as though it's really happening to us, and it shows up in our lives in all of these other chaotic ways, showing us where the war is in our own personal lives, and where the war is within, with our reactions and our irritations, frustrations, all of that. But we often go and look for reasons as to why we're feeling like that in our own personal lives, perhaps sometimes not realizing or forgetting that our nervous system is transforming that energy, taking it in from other parts of the planet. We're feeling it because we're all connected through this plasma, through this luminous field. So running the blue light and working with the blue celestial blue rays and the blue light that's available to us, which is extra strong in this month of November, so strong, we have an opportunity to dissolve a lot of all of that old crud, let's put it like that, fondly, very quickly and very effortlessly and very naturally. So give that a go. Work as much as possible as you can with this beautiful blue ray in however it shows up to you. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. Most people will just feel it or know it. They're not going to see it or hear it. That's okay. You don't need to. And just work with it in the way that shows up for you, and set the intention, set the clear program that you think about. Feel it. Like, decide what illusions, what is it within you that you are ready to dissolve easily and effortlessly, so that you can move into more harmony, more serenity, more peace within yourself, and that vibration creates that within our world too. All that came from a little blue drink. Thanks everyone for listening. I hope it's helpful. Bye for now.